Oh. Bless you. Thank you.
Starting off with PacSun.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, if PacSun got
You
it.
don't even need to say shit.
That's what I'm
no,
saying,
the
bro.
factory PacSun uses has it. PacSun don't make their own shit.
Let me see.
You crazy.
There we go.
You crazy.
You live?
We live with the real link. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me. Turn my headphones up.
Loud. Hey, did y'all see Birdman on Drewski's
You sent
live?
it to me and I watched it late. I was mad. I was like, I have to figure
I
out.
randomly, bro, it wasn't even random. I randomly opened Instagram and his shit was right there. I was like, oh, wow. This Akira Porsche's cold.
I wish I. Damn, what's the best way for me to be able to send this to y'all? What happened to my AirDrop? Because I don't use Safari anymore. I broke up with Safari last week after it canceled on me.
What you mean it canceled on it?
Like in the middle of the show, shit just turns off. So I went to Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Don't do that while I got these headphones
that
on.
song streams more than Young Thug's whole album.
Okay.
That's what a good single does. That's not an impressive stat. They say
Good job.
basketball players tie their shoes more than any other. It's like,
It's just funny how, like,
it's like, all right.
it's just funny that, oh, that's that nigga. That's that nigga that don't do the clothes no more.
What are you talking about?
You ever seen the clothing brand, I'm a Good Idea?
I don't think so.
Never.
What's the best way for me to send this to y'all?
I think he was slated to be on the cover of one of the early issues of Killjoy, but niggas stopped doing clothes to become a lawyer.
Whoa.
You say that like that's a bad thing.
I didn't say it was bad. I didn't just say
That's,
that.
I think
just
he
said it
I
like
think
it's a
he
thing.
chose.
And this is that nigga.
Oh wow. Hell yeah.
And he made necklaces for his brand. And I wanted one. But he don't have the brand no more. So I'm just like,
He
damn.
got the brand.
I'm about to text Ken like, hey, bro, that's the homie that had that clothing brand. Do he still got some of them chains? I want one.
Why you got necklace? Yo, Elijah.
Damn.
Yo, Elijah. Why you got necklace?
I only have one.
No. Hey, what's the Wi-Fi here? That's crazy. Oh, y'all don't have Wi-Fi in here?
We do.
We do. I just don't know the fucking Pat David got that shit.
No, I got it. Or you could just look on the box down there.
Or you could just open it. Yeah. You know what? That's a good ass idea.
I'll be trying, bro.
I be trying, man.
Damn.
No, hell no. Please. I think it's like Warner and Source and shit.
I don't know, but I'm going to my Wi-Fi and it's not letting me
What's it called?
share it. Why is my shit connected?
Is
to
it B8 or 60?
Spectrum Mobile? I don't even know anymore. Let me check my computer.
It goes right back to what I said.
But my shit says Spectrum Mobile. This is 60.
Oh, it's 60? All right.
It's not rolling now.
What you mean? Oh, okay. That's what you're doing. All right. Cool. All right.
But what you mean it's not rolling? I paid the bill, nigga. It
Oh
should be
my
rolling.
That shit better be
We
We
rolling.
have the most expensive
I paid
Wi-Fi.
the bill, nigga.
Bro, anytime I tell people how much we pay for Wi-Fi, they look at me like I got dog shit on my face.
And that shit gonna go up
And then
too.
they want to
I know.
upload some shit and be like, oh, I see. I understand.
And then I feel dumb as hell when the stream cancels. They're like, "Oh, that's your bougie ass Wi-Fi."
You don't have
Why is everybody asking for the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
This is a mess.
It's on the back of that box, Jeremiah. You gotta go down and look at it. I don't know it by heart. I know it starts with, it ends with 60.
That
60. But I don't know the
hey.
the password by heart.
Hey.
That's what I tried to do, but it's not working.
Is it captions? Where's the fucking link button? There we go.
3 people watching, including me. How the fuck do you go?
My phone
How
has
the
been
fuck- oh, there it goes.
tripping.
Oh no, I had it.
All right, Elijah.
I feel like this is stuff we should have had.
I just opened up my thing.
Hold on, give me a second. I need to.
Is it me or is that look? I just look hella pale. Encoding sayings interval 8.322 recommended to. I know. I'll fix that later. Don't worry about it. What's up? Yeah, it's for some reason on my end. It doesn't. Let me see what it looks like mobile, because most people watch mobile. Yeah. It's a little saturated. I'm a little satchy. That's all right. I can fix that. I have to go back and fix the protocol for the camera settings moving forward.
You about to start making you guys be here at 5. You, nigga.
The cold part is I was here. That's the disrespectful part. I was here. But it's always a little different every time I. But yeah, I'm ready. We streaming, so y'all niggas let me know.
I'm ready. I mean, we're not really.
Oh my gosh.
Make my shit straight, bitch.
I just typed that whole shit in just to.
Damn, nigga, what's going on? I'm just gonna say like we already, like this is for us. We gonna put it on the internet. You know what I mean?
On the enters of nets. Where is that from?
I made it up, as far as I know.
The enters of nets, but whatever. Go ahead.
I made it up, as far as I know. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Doing Dope Shit, the most dope podcast on the internet. As always, I am your host, Elijah. Sitting next to me are my co-hosts,
Mohammed. I'm your co-host here, Mohammed Cook.
and welcome back.
No.
You loud. Hi, I'm Ty.
What's the point? Welcome back. Y'all
I
energy
know.
is real down right now. What
Shut the fuck up. My energy is never down.
Nigga, we trying to figure out this stream
Get
shit.
that shit together, old ass nigga.
I'm just trying to check the colors in the show. Just making sure everything.
Colors. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. You know, layoff life, treating me right. You know,
you could technically get
unemployment. Oh, I know.
You applied for that shit?
Not yet. I haven't turned it on yet, but I'm going to.
It probably won't be as good as it was
it's about $400-500 a month. That's it.
Share the link.
$400-500 a month. That's solid for me. I don't know about you. Shit, how you feeling though?
I'm feeling.
Okay.
How you? Nah, go ahead. I'm working.
Yeah, because you weren't here last week. We had D-Lee. Shouts out D-Lee for filling in.
Shout out
to my man Divine.
You know.
Yeah, I had to go see my parents. You know.
Yeah.
One time for the one time.
That's
but
good.
It was cool. It was a good visit. Got to see the homies from way back in the day.
On Saturday I gotta go visit my parents. I gotta take Ablo out there.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest fear about going back home is that for some reason my mom saves the chores.
Yeah. I didn't have
stacks.
to deal with that. I did shit. You know, I cleaned the kitchen.
Yeah.
I was about to dust some shit and clean like some windows, and I got flashbacks of like
see
high school. I was like,
you see, and that's the hardest thing I have about going home, because I'm like, yo, I already know the chores are stacked up on me.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I was happy to do them. I made myself a checklist of all the shit I need to fix when I get back.
Okay.
So it made me feel like an adult. Like, yeah, I'm about to come back, hit one of these. I need to get about
At what age can you come home and not have chores anymore?
Never.
The fuck?
Never.
Stupid.
Never.
Nigga,
I still go home now. My mom make me do shit. I'd be like, I don't live here no more. Get out.
Like, shut up, nigga.
Checkmate.
Here,
get out.
Take this broom.
Right? But then to counteract that, I go shopping in her refrigerator.
Just share.
Oh,
yeah.
I shared it in a group chat.
I didn't pay for food when I was at home.
It feels good.
Except when I was leaving.
We took that shit for granted. I'll tell you that.
Man, I told my dad, I was like, man, shit, I took all them bills for granted. And he was like, now you, what'd he say? He said, now you cherish me, huh? I'm like, nigga, like I always did, but like,
yeah.
I just miss not having to pay for shit.
Bro, bills was like, that was the biggest scam I think we ever encountered. I was telling you guys.
What, paying bills?
Bro.
Yeah.
Paying bills is not a scam.
It's not a scam, but I'm talking about in comparison to your childhood,
Hey,
bro.
Wait.
Oh.
Let this dumbass finish. It makes you what?
Paying bills is not a scam. Because this world runs on money.
Yeah.
You have to be able to pay bills to be able to live life.
Yeah, but how they be charging things.
They literally charge you for everything. That's the scam part, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Oh, so the fact that you have to pay for every little thing?
The fact you got to pay a registration every year for some shit you drive.
or insurance, nigga. You have to pay for insurance.
Actually, insurance. I'm fine with that.
Bro, you're paying for insurance. What if you never get in an accident?
Okay,
so
then thank God.
You get in a good one. Make sure you get your money's worth one time a year.
You like, I'm saying, nigga. You
it's funny because they reward
my
insurance.
policy up in 2 weeks.
Insurance companies reward you for driving safe for 10 years. It's like, nigga, all the money I gave you, are you gonna give me the bitch ass $200?
Yeah.
Or some stupid ass shit? Nigga, that's a scam.
Shit,
It's a
nigga, you
scam.
might need that $200.
There's been times where I haven't driven with insurance for like a year, nigga. I'm save money.
Yeah.
No accident, save money.
Yeah. No, I
And
can't
now the
risk that
DMV
one.
made it so where you don't need proof of insurance to get your car registered.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I just turned.
Wait, you don't need
You don't
insurance
need
to get
proof
your
of
car?
insurance to get your car registered.
Hear this. Y'all want to talk about dumbass Mo. You talk about a bill I let slide. I forgot about the fucking. I had the motorcycle, the dirt bike registration on fucking auto pay.
Oh, and you don't even have
Cuz just got money
so
like
that.
that.
Nigga just got
money like that.
So I did this. So here it is. I made the sweetest deal ever. I swapped the dirt bike for a painting. The painting hasn't got here yet, but the nigga's been riding around with free tags, just getting off with a clean bike.
Said I ain't never paying that
I
shit.
said, bro, I have got to stay on top of my fucking bills.
I'm so
Yeah,
bad
you
at
can't. The shit you was getting mad about earlier, nigga. Fuck you.
No, I know, but on top of it, but the other side to it, I don't be, whatever. You got
I'm
it.
so bad at
She gonna
bills, bro.
tune into it, and then I'm getting my ass. I'm already in the doghouse from
Well,
last
you
night.
shouldn't have did whatever you did.
Right.
Shouldn't have done that. Should have thought better.
She I can't.
Go ahead, tell us how you won the doghouse.
No, well, it's not. Well, here's the thing. Let me start off by saying yesterday was an excellent show. Joe came in, model influencer type. I was like, I don't really know, right? But
Woman,
the analogy.
that.
Listen, the analogy I gave her was like a Tiana Taylor-esque. Like no one really knows what Tiana Taylor does. More recently, we know she's a choreographer and things like that.
Yeah.
But Tiana Taylor in 2012, like everybody knew her name, but we didn't know what she does.
She was just a rich girl.
You tried to get off by saying she's Tiana Taylor S. You shouldn't be worried about that.
No, bro. I went home.
You see, he laughing because you understand how dumb that sounds.
No. This is where
if it's any woman you don't want if it's
I said that during I said that during the show. No, I said it during the show
Nigga.
to the girl, to Joe. When I went home, this is why I knew I fucked up. No, this is why I fucked. This is why
have you not seen the fade video, nigga? Like, come on.
I get that, but here's the thing: when I went home, that's why I love my wife.
Why? Cause she be chewing your ass
No,
out. You got a king, huh?
Shit, that was funny as hell, bro.
no, but
That was funny as hell.
she already had her homegirl there. They was putting together the case. I walked in.
So she had
He
more
did?
than one girl. Oh, wait.
She had, so not only was I getting my phone was getting lit up, but I walked home to her and her staff waiting.
So Key was probably sitting there like, am I tripping? And the homegirl was like, hell no.
Nah, bro.
Get this nigga.
Bro.
Hey, it was probably one of these. As a matter of fact,
I kid
that's
you
when
not.
you started getting lit up, bro.
Bro, I kid you not. I went home and I got like, honestly, I had to just go to bed because I was like, there's no way I'm winning this.
Yeah, you're not winning that.
I'm not. There's no way. It's like, so I accepted. I told her let's solve our beef tonight. So I told her we're gonna solve our beef tonight because we got to go to my parents' house on the weekend.
What sucks is that for us more specifically,
Yeah.
our profession requires us to have to be in those rooms with the Tiana Taylor types,
Bro,
just talking about what it is you do.
I said I can't just interview the people you like, my love. The people you like are just, it just doesn't.
It's a no-win situation, bro.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It's a no-win situation.
Shut up,
but
J. Cole. My bad. He said, damned if you do.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Y'all really don't listen to J. Cole?
Bro, you said shut up, J. Cole. You're on your phone and your laptop.
Yeah, I don't know who
I
he's talking.
don't know what you're doing.
He's like, we on the air?
I'm actually FaceTiming J. Cole right now.
Oh,
That's the crazy part.
But yeah, so it's like being in this profession is like, it's so weird. Like especially when you're trying to build, like when you're trying to build, like it's not like you have a solidified name yet.
Well, that's because, you stole the rug from under my feet, just so you know. I was working toward a good transition.
Oh,
This nigga distracted me, but you're absolutely right. But a portion of that, I feel like, more specifically, we're talking about how are we able to
Get the fucking words out.
Shut up. It's more common, or people have these conversations on building a name for yourself outside of your hometown or your home city or wherever you're from.
yeah.
It's funny because all three of us, or nowhere near our hometown.
No.
Right?
No.
And it's not
Go Runners.
Go Runners. Listen, I got my class ring on. Some nigga asked me about that shit today.
See?
And the crazy thing is, bro, was like we all graduated. We all could have easily moved back home.
Graduate. I can't lie to niggas.
Most of us, for one reason or another, are no longer in school. You know, he's back in school.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out, Ty. You fucking up everything.
Bro, he can't take a week off no more.
I'm saying, nigga.
He done forgot all the everything. Like, we can't interrupt one another. Forgot.
Yeah, right. But nah, we're we could have easily gone back home.
Yeah.
Started our dreams. Started whatever it is we were doing. I mean, you were already kind of deep in what you were doing.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't doing shit. But we could have easily went home. But we decided to stay in a different city.
Yeah.
And try to build our dreams. And I think a reason for that is we kind of understood that, like, if we go back home, we're just a dude around the way.
Yeah.
You know, another nigga on the block with hopes and dreams. And I don't feel like we could have gotten the respect we needed or deserved from our hometown.
Yeah. There was no way especially when it comes to, like, it's weird because my arguing point is I think that some people don't change until they leave their hometown. Like, I really do think there's a characteristic that takes place within yourself when you realize you're not home anymore and you literally change as a person. I don't think the hometown just dislikes you. I just think that you literally had to grow up and change within yourself. Mm-hmm. So you starting to think that all of a sudden, you had an analogy. I'm going to let you go into where, like, the train of thought that led you to this topic. But it's like, bro, who I was in LA, if I was still in LA, even though LA is quote unquote a social media heaven and all that, bro, I was not the man I am today. I was not the Mohammed guy to work 24/7. I work on holidays and all that shit. So yeah, if I still live back home, nigga, I would still be a nigga down the way. I don't think it would have been a reflect. I don't think it's my peers. I think it's me.
You don't think just growing up would have did that anyway?
No.
That's crazy.
Not
because
at all.
it's sounding like the person who never grew up, who never lived out of their parents' house.
Because I went back home and I saw a lot of my friends, they, stayed in the IE for the most part. They did leave at some point, but wait, hold up.
Hold on.
But it wasn't for that long, and a lot of them.
Okay, give me numbers, bro.
Like, probably less than a year, less than 2 years. Not enough to be, like, defined by a city. For the most, I would say it was the aspect of just being out on your own, having to pay rent. That probably sparked a change, but
yeah, and that's a
you can
major
get that,
spark.
Yeah, but you can get that within the same city you live in.
I don't think so.
I don't
think so.
If you have, let's say you get kicked out the house within your city.
Okay.
Your parents are like, all right, now you got to fend for yourself. You got to go out, or you go to school. Perfect example. Let's say you go to school in your city, but your parents are like, you're not coming back home. So outside of the dorms, you got to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Like, you got to get into a certain mindset if you want to go about, like, getting your own space to live or figuring out getting roommates or doing shit like that. I just think I think you're right about leaving home.
Yeah.
Being like a big factor in people changing who they are or like what they want out of life because they're no longer under that wing. But
think about it like this, right? I'm gonna speak on my personal experience. I complain. I speak on my age a lot as it relates to me just starting anything for myself, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I talk about is like, damn, nigga, like.
Oh, sorry, bro. I just had to make sure the colors are all good. Sorry about that.
And one of the things that I talk about is like, damn, now I'm running the clock is counting down on me being able to start a business or start a brand or whatever it is, right?
Even though that's not true.
Even though I know it's not true.
Yeah.
And my girl brings up a point. She was like, well, shit, you're 31 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
Damn. You missed it. That's supposed to be your joke, bro.
Because I don't see that as old, bro. Like,
I know, because now
did last time we was never mind.
That shit was funny.
But anyways, so I talk about like maybe I should have started at like 28, 29, right? When in my late 20s or whatever. But she was like, think about where you were in your late 20s. You were comfortable. If you would have started Killjoy in your late 20s, bro, 3 years down the line, it would not be here.
No,
it would not stand. You had to get be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To his point where he was like, I understand it's just growing up, and maybe that's enough. Well, no, nigga, think about it, bro. You're from LA. I'm sure there's a lot of places, a lot of people that you know in LA. Is there any circumstance where you moved out your mama house down the street and had a completely separate mindset?
No, because I hopped off. I left the house. I don't like to say hopped off the porch because it wasn't really that, but I moved out at like 17. So it was like I was at the cusp of 18. The cusp of 18. So I never really, all I know, I've officially reached a point in my life. I've spent more of my adult life here than I've done in LA. So I want to play hypothetical, but I can't because I don't know. I do know that I tried to go home over the past. It was like I tried to go home probably like 4 months ago. I was like, Mom, I'm bringing my whole family. We going out there. Like this was right before. This was like as soon as Ablo was born. Yeah. And she's like, no, you know.
Well, okay, maybe because LA's a bigger city, right? I'm from Whittier, small city, right?
Yeah.
I think I've spent almost about the same amount of time outside of my hometown as I have inside my hometown, right?
Okay.
But I can almost guarantee you, bro, if I would have stayed home, there's no way in hell I would have amounted to anything that I am today.
You don't think so?
I know so. I know so. Because one, bro, Whittier's not that big, right? Let's say I did move out my mama's house, move down the street, bro. There's nowhere in my city that I could go that's new to me.
Okay, so
that can hit me with inspiration or do anything for me because it's like, bro, I grew up here. I know everything there is to know around here, bro. It wasn't until I was uncomfortable and moved into a different city.
Yeah.
And moving into a different city where it's like, all right, now I'm forced to have to really fend for my own, really make new friends, be around new people and new situations where I was like, all right, maybe it's time for me to get it on my own now.
Yeah.
I'm going to read some of the comments in the comment section.
Go ahead and read. He's 36.
Yeah,
he's
50.
36.
Nah, he's 50. Don't give yourself the young one.
It's just in full. I wish I saw these when I was saying it. Just said, doesn't Key know black men don't cheat? Thank you. I got a reminder. He's basically 50. Life isn't a competition, though. Everyone has their own path. Yeah. Elijah, how would you have been if you stayed in Virginia?
Oh, man. Yeah. That was my question.
So,
he would have actually been black.
Yeah.
I am black.
I mean,
it's funny. I think about this shit all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Only because, so who I am as a person today as it relates to my likes, a lot of that was rooted from my time in Virginia. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that was my first time outside of my city. I was able to experience other cultures in a small town.
Yeah.
Right? It really kind of made me who I am today as far as, what I like and not. I don't know, man, because the people I was around, it's the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's D.C., New York. Everybody there, people I surround with, they're all creative. One of my friends is part of this.
Okay, when you tell a story, you can't look at the comment.
No, I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, yeah.
One of my, it just so happens that they're right over each other. So
yeah,
I
got you.
But one of my friends is, he's part of a group, April and Vista, right? It's this indie, neo soul electronic group. It's pretty dope. They were on Colors, featured on Colors. They're working on an album right now.
Send me that link. Send me that link. That sounds like something.
Really good.
No, we're dicks. He's been telling us about
Has
this.
he?
Yeah.
You know we don't listen to this.
They're my friend Matt, who's part of the group, he's featured in Volume 2, right? Along with the other Matt. They're both in there.
Yeah.
My friend CJ is probably one of the dopest music heads that I know. Introduced me to a lot of people. And it's like, if I stayed in Virginia, in all honesty, Brand, Killjoy might still come about as far as the concept of me wanting to document pop culture. Maybe not in the form of a magazine, but I think I still would be the person that I am today. Devon says, would I be more creative? Probably.
Yeah.
Only because I would have access to more resources in a bigger community. Bakersfield music community isn't that big, and it's still kind of new. And a lot of the people don't work together or don't understand the concept of collaboration. If I was in D.C., New York is a 7-hour bus ride away. In D.C., it's in itself is also a very creative space. So I think I would be a little bit further in my journey, or I would have realized my journey a little bit earlier, I should say.
Now, I think what you're explaining is, I don't think it's necessarily moving out to a city. I feel like you got to find the right city. Because let's say you were to go to Scottsdale, Arizona.
which is 7 hours away.
I was just talking about Scottsdale.
You would have been an entirely different person. Your ass would probably picked up golf earlier. You'd probably go be fishing and shit like that. Like,
I mean,
your environment looks different, so you know you end up doing different shit. Look at this nigga. But
Hey.
what I'm saying is, I think it really just depends on the city. Bakersfield allows you to do literally either what you want to do or just not do anything at all.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not
Yeah.
blaming Bakersfield, but I do just fine out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do just fine out here, and it's funny because Virginia was such a staple in my life. It really did not matter where I moved next. This was always going to be the outcome. You know what I mean? I think, to speak to your point, it's that first step that matters so much. Is if you're in your home city of LA or the IE, it's that very next step of moving out that'll cement the decisions for the rest of your life, because that's when you really find out who you are as a person.
Yeah.
In all honesty, that's when you find out, all right, this is what I like and don't like and whatever.
I think I talked about this yesterday on the Joe interview. I was like, Bakersfield is common, and I'm not trying to turn this to a diss Bakersfield. I'm taking it off of Bakersfield. People who don't leave their home become victim of what's the guy from Married with Children?
Al Bundy.
They become victim of the Al Bundy.
And it's funny because a lot of people we speak to, more me because I know.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I speak to that are from Bakersfield, I always ask that question, like, how is it being a creative here? And they all say the same thing. A lot of the creatives in Bakersfield don't have the mindsets maybe we have because of the fact that they're still in their hometown.
But
They've
then I
always
would argue, but this is my argument. Al Bundyism is just the fact of being hyped off of one point in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that only happens if you never leave that point. So, like, I know niggas in LA who still talk about they high school, like, basketball numbers.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that was a decade ago. 3 presidents, my nigga. We didn't had a black president, an orange president, and an old president. Like, a 1 foot in the ground president, and you still talking about that damn basketball game? It's like, come on, my
more
nigga.
than 1 foot in the ground.
Well,
I know, right,
you
yeah.
know,
He
he
got
probably
the whole
already in
body.
the ground.
He got coke in the ground.
Shit, no, his son do, man.
It's
Chill.
like cracking the whip.
Nah, but in a Porsche. Nah, but
I think that's the only Porsche that's seen crack.
nah, Pusha T got a Porsche.
That's true. Never mind. It's true. It's true.
The only
All
Porsche
of
that
New
crack
York
has been done in.
Every New York rapper can attest to cracking the Porsche.
I mean, yeah, but not
On the lines of distribution, not using.
Yeah,
Yeah,
distribution, not using.
There we go. I was like, I don't think so, bro.
Distribution, not using.
Okay, but go on. I'm
I ain't
sorry.
gonna lie. What was your what was the last thing you said? This crack, you got crack on the mind. Lyrics start popping in your head.
No, I was talking about how the Duhan,
Chris Duhan. No, I remember what you mean.
Al
What you were saying
Al
about
Bundy.
Yeah, so like I think that's a case in every city and everywhere, bro. Like if you peak in high school, you peak in high school. Don't matter where you from. Like you could
Yeah.
live in Huntington Beach. Your father owns a Fortune 500 company. If you were the best water polo nigga, you gonna stand on that forever. Like I was the best nigga in water polo in high school. I was getting mad hoes after that. It's your personality. It doesn't
think
matter,
it's a
bro.
person-
I think you would have stayed in LA and you would have still been on the same shit, bro. Because you would have gotten sick of your own shit. That's what happened.
No,
You can't get sick of your own shit in your own home.
Yes,
That's
you
being
can.
comfortable, nigga. That's
Yes,
being
you can.
comfortable.
Because what you guys are taking away are the you're taking away the experiences that happened to you here that led you to the decisions you guys have made. You guys would have still had experiences back home,
No.
which would have
No.
led you to really.
No.
So you think you
No.
working in that chicken?
You have to
that, hold up, you was working in that chicken wing spot. Would you still be working there to this day if you lived back
Probably,
home?
nigga. You have to understand, dog. Before I went to college, I did not like black women. Did not think they were attractive at all.
Oh,
What?
shit. What the
At
fuck?
all.
What
Wait,
mic are you?
nigga, we
Chill.
would no. Leave it on because niggas need to
Chill.
hear this.
I'm making a point.
Okay.
Before, bro,
Hurry up.
I grew up in a predominantly Mexican area, bro.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
There was no black women where I lived. There was
Okay.
none. All I saw, all I was exposed to.
I was waiting for it.
Look. Mind you, my wife is black.
Yeah.
Okay,
Allegedly.
I'm leading to a point. Allegedly, nigga, she's black. But I'm saying,
Put user in a timeout. That's fine. I didn't know I could do that.
but no, like I said, I grew up in an area that was predominantly Mexican. All I was exposed to was Hispanic women.
Yeah.
So that's all I was exposed to. That's all I liked. It wasn't until I fucking left my city, went to an HBCU, and was able to open my eyes up to literally the world.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga.
The Nile River.
You know what I mean?
You got to see the
it's
Nile River.
So if I fucking stayed in my city, dog, I can
No,
almost
I mean
guarantee
if you stayed
You know what?
even after.
no,
after
nigga, I can
Cup.
guarantee you, if I stayed in my
No.
city, bro,
I'm gonna give you a credit, and I would, and I'm
nothing
almost.
would come about from that.
You know, it's funny you say that. I'm almost gonna say the contrary of you. If I stayed in LA, I think my dad. I'm not trying to hear him out.
Get it out.
I know. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this. I would have. Only reason I dated outside of my race was because I moved here. Now I knew I wasn't gonna get married or something, but I knew dating outside of my race. I knew that because my dad didn't let me bring. He said
I'm right now. I'm thinking, why did Mohammed decide he didn't want to fuck with black women when he came to Bakersfield?
No, I know you saying it backwards. I saying I decided to do that because I wasn't in, like when you're in LA, all I'm around is black women. Like that is it. I'm talking about Mohammed. The circles I was in. I can't speak. Like everybody had locks.
So you got
everybody was
around
hotep.
other races, and you was like, oh,
There's others.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened to me. So I was like, that's why I was like, I'm not gonna sit up here.
Swirler.
Nah, she said before she was like, did you
swirler is crazy.
before she was like, did you diss black women or were we just not around them? I was just not around them.
Oh, okay.
Nah, yeah.
And the ones that I was around.
Didn't you? But you said you hate the loud ones. And you said you hate.
Yeah, the ones that eat hot Cheetos. You was talking about the ones that eat hot Cheetos in the morning.
No.
Yeah.
What's that
I'm
bus
just
story?
saying.
What's that
bus story?
I
Yeah, but I was.
It
I
was-
came
don't
out
forget
completely
nothing.
wrong.
don't forget
I
nothing.
know, I was about
I'm a
to-
fucking elephant, nigga.
No, I was about to.
I remember all your stories.
Listen, I was about to speak on
You
that
got
right
hella
now.
feet.
I was about to speak on that right now. I didn't necessarily diss black women, say black women are ugly, yada yada yada, because they weren't. I just wasn't exposed.
Yeah.
Were you intimidated? Like, were you kind of scared?
Not at
Like-
all.
No.
Because back then, bro, they had what was
So
called
you
the
just
Black
ain't
College
seen 'em.
Tour that I went on. So
Yeah.
I was already exposed to it. You know, my family, and then I did like some after school program in LA and shit. Like I was around, like I knew of black people.
You
nigga.
ain't watch BET?
I knew of black
Time out. Why are you saying you knew of black
'Cause you
people?
said,
Like
were
your
you
mama
scared?
not
Were you
black?
intimidated?
One mic.
No.
One mic.
This nigga said, "Were you scared? Were you
I
intimidated?"
ain't saying
No,
were you
nigga.
scared? Were you intimidated, bro?
No,
Like,
not at all, bro. I've been around niggas. I'm just saying, like,
Nigga,
I
you
didn't
are a
find the women attractive because what I was around or accustomed to and the conversations I was around, bro. It was no way that was gonna happen.
And when you jumped, you really jumped all the way off the ledge. Looking at your tattoo right now, you went so much. You love
said
black
it.
women so much.
Nigga,
You tattooed like 3 of them
I'm
on
tattooed like 3 of them, bro.
That's true.
I
you done.
tattooed like 3 of them, bro. But it's like, it's like
true.
being in your hometown, bro. I know we kind of
Yeah.
diverted a little bit about success in your hometown,
Yeah.
but it's like being in your hometown, bro. Like, no good can come from that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Creative wise, mentally, bro. I mean, this nigga trying to kick David outside.
I had to.
He's trying to kick David out of Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Has he
Bro.
been here too long?
I literally kicked him. I don't think. We were sitting in that room,
Yeah.
and I told him. I said, David, you're at a point in your career where, if you stay here any longer, that's going to be the end of your story.
I don't think that's true for him because
yes, it is.
Listen, he actually leaves the country.
No, that's different. I'm talking about permanently change your life. Put yourself in a new setting. Find rent somewhere else. Go somewhere where you don't know any resources and live there. Not visit. Anybody can visit. You can
But
drop
here's
me off in
Time
fucking.
out. Here's the difference between David and us. He discovered his dream, his talent, his skill, his literal like job in Bakersfield through Bakersfield. Like he's one of those that I don't think this pertains to because his sights are already set outside of Bakersfield. He's not somebody that sits within the city and he's like, I'm stuck, I'm coddled, I'm being held up by this city. He's somebody that actually thrives within the city. Now his immediate, like, the shit he sees in his immediate life, yeah, that might be toxic or whatever, but that still has nothing to do with him and what he does. He's just somebody who's like, I'm going to get my shit done regardless.
So put your money where your mouth is and leave and do it.
Who, him?
That's what I literally said. That you're summarizing my conversation.
But my thing is like, this nigga's already doing it. Like,
no, but there's where he's at. There's another step, and you're not gonna find it in Kern County.
okay. Now
That's
when
why I
you
was
put
like-
it when you put it like that, that makes sense.
Dealey has a comment on here. He says, "Now I have a question. Was Bakersfield the only school y'all got accepted to? If not, what made you choose CSUB? Cost. That's very
It's
simple.
cost. I got accepted to the U
Mine
of
was a little
A
bit different. My reasons was a little bit different.
because you had to transfer, right?
No, it was a little bit. It's a lot different.
What?
You want to go into CSUB
Let me
ultimately?
Let me
This
just
nigga
say mine
got
quick.
caught sucking
Give me a
dick.
minute. Cost, and also I knew if I went to San Francisco State, I knew I wasn't coming back. I got accepted to SF State, San Jose State, and UC Merced, surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
And
Go crazy.
but they needed a quota.
said, you know,
They needed a
yeah.
quota.
Yeah.
Back when affirmative action
Was the thing?
was a
Damn,
thing.
man, I love
R.I.P. affirmative action.
That's probably the only reason I
So-
got into Arizona.
But
So-
anyways, I was just like, I just need something cheap, and
my
then pick
my, my
CSUB.
reason is, so when I was in high school, I didn't really do much of anything. Right,
Yeah.
I barely went to class, barely did work.
Yeah.
C's got degrees was my mindset, right?
Yeah.
I was getting close to graduation. They was like, you gotta apply to college.
Yeah.
I was like, well, fuck it. I don't plan on going to college, but whatever, right? I
Yeah.
applied to 3 colleges, only 3.
Mhm.
Cal State Long Beach.
Okay.
Why you laughing?
Just cause nobody's getting in that. And that was the
Huh?
grades I was getting, nigga.
Mm.
You got to be like above and beyond. I
Yeah.
did no extracurriculars except I was in the newspaper. So Cal State Long Beach, I
Yeah.
applied. Hampton, HBCU, because I really wanted to go there.
Yeah.
And then I needed one more school, and CSUB was holding late registrations.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's what
They
I.
got-
That's where I got in.
So,
On.
so I said, fuck it. I just applied to Bakersfield. It's the only school that's still taking applications, right?
Yeah.
And then so at the time, I was with a girl, my first girlfriend ever,
Yeah.
18 years old.
Yeah. Oof.
And I'm like, fuck, bro. I got accepted into Hampton as on like a probationary thing. I had to go to summer school, do summer school, and then I got
Yeah.
accepted to CSUB. And I was like, fuck it, bro. I want to stay in California so I could still be with this girl. She wasn't black, by the way.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
She wasn't black, by the way. She was
Listen.
Mexican.
Oh my gosh, what happened? to
And
me?
they was like, nah, bro, you should go to Hampton. I think it's really good for you. Be
Yeah.
around your peoples and this and that. All right, fuck it. I went. We broke up like right away, right? And then I spent 2 years at Hampton. But then what Hampton is they have regular tuition and then they
Yeah.
have out of state tuition.
Yep.
Right, right.
And out of state tuition was racking up.
Let
Yeah.
me guess.
Mind you,
60.
it's a lot, a fucking lot.
Yeah.
And fuck student loans. Y'all niggas not getting that shit back. Y'all just gonna have to,
He's gonna get it back in
y'all
blood.
have to get it back in blood.
Blood, oh my gosh.
Anyways, and then so I was C's to get degrees was still my mindset, right?
Okay.
with the designer college because you're paying out of state taxes.
Right. And
Mhm.
then I was like, bro, I'm not paying all this money to go to the school just to get C's or B's, right? And I was like, fuck it. If I still got accepted to CSUB, why not just go there? It was way cheaper, bro. Way fucking cheaper, nigga.
Yeah.
And then
So you went from Whittier because Hannah
I
just
went, yeah, I
asked
went
where you're from.
so Whittier, California is right outside LA, maybe like 20 minutes outside downtown LA. In the middle between like Downey and Pico and Lakewood,
Montebello.
Cerritos. And then so literally the day after I graduated high school, the
Yeah.
day, graduated on a Monday, Tuesday I was on a plane to Hampton, nigga.
Damn.
Tuesday I was on a plane. I spent 2 years in
That's a
Hampton.
good feeling though. I can imagine.
That was great.
Man.
I spent 2 years in Hampton, and then Bakersfield pretty much for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
A little stint in the IE for 3 years, and
Shout out to
then
the IE.
back to Bakersfield.
I want to just show the people something real quick. I want to let y'all know. Oh, doggone, I don't think I have it up. Damn. Oh, it's down here. I want to show the people just like we talk about a story that we've been working on forever. I realized that. Do you have the video up? Oh, here it is, right here. We found an old hard drive. Oh, nope, that's Jordan and Jeffrey. That's not y'all. Damn. Y'all talk while I pull it up.
All right.
I had got into the U of A, NAU
My brother
because
went to U
everybody
of A.
NAU because everybody got into NAU.
Oh no, not University of Arizona
no, both U of A
and ASU.
and NAU,
Oh.
Northern Arizona
My
University.
cousin got accepted to ASU, and then my brother got accepted to U of A.
Okay, and then I got into Fresno State with some bullshit. They were like, "Hey, you got accepted, but because of your major, we ain't got room for you." So I know they said it was impacted, but and then then I was like, "Fuck, I'm not paying that out of state tuition fee at the U of A because
Shit.
NAU had a whole bunch of Fin Aid shit, but
Brad Force.
U of A that would have been 72.
Bro, that's an S class.
Yeah,
Nigga.
nigga, that's fuck that nigga. That's
College is a
UCLA.
Yeah. Yeah.
College is a scam unless you're
We're not-
going for like to be a doctor or an engineer or a scientist, like something like solid, nigga.
Yeah.
It's no point.
But then, so I got to the point I was like, fuck, I'm not going to Arizona. So what schools are open? Sure enough, CSUB was literally the only school that was open. So
you guys never contemplated going to a HBCU? Was that ever a part of your mind?
I knew if I went to, if I only had my eyes on one.
Howard.
What?
Howard.
Hampton.
And if I would, come on, Mohammed at Howard.
Hampton would have been better.
If I went,
Hampton and Howard are essentially the same schools.
Are they both in DC?
No, Virginia and DC. They're not too far from each other.
Okay.
The difference is Howard is in the hood.
Howard's in DC, right?
Yeah, is in the hood. Hampton is
in the bird.
Stogie.
Man was smoking cigs.
You just want to let y'all know. I don't think they don't have the audio. Yeah, they don't have the audio. So we just want to show you guys how long we've known each other. These clips were from back in 2016.
Show the thrift store.
Can they see the clip?
Yeah, they can see it on YouTube. It's wild to look at.
Man, I seen this shit already.
I know. So that's why I didn't want to show you. I wanted to show it to you live, so like it'd be a first time reaction thing.
Show the thrift store.
The issue is I can't find the file. I would have to dig,
gosh,
and I don't feel like digging.
Do your fucking job.
I know. I'm
play
working
the
on.
video for these niggas.
I did play the video. It's probably just on the lag. It's probably on the lag, bro. That's all right.
Shit. Anyway, yeah. So Hampton would have been a better, because it's like HBCUs are a bunch of bullshit. Let's keep it a buck.
Whoa,
really?
They're a bunch of bullshit, bro.
That's not what I hear.
You ever been in a room with a bunch of black people and able to get anything done on time?
Yes.
You know.
Come on now.
No, and you're right. My sister, Kendall, she's going through some issues with.
You understand? The run around to get financial aid, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Insane, bro. It was so much insane that they had a name for the runaround.
What was it called?
What was it called?
The Hampton runaround. I know it's not original, but it's like it was a fucking thing. But mind you, though, going to an HBCU was the best time of my life. I mean, I still talk about Hampton to this day, nigga. And it's been
so
8 years almost. Oh, more than 8 years, nigga. It's been like 10 years. 11 years since I've been there. It's been 11 years since I've been there, bro.
And
I'm still talking about that shit, bro.
That sound like the nigga in high school you be talking about.
I just talk about like who I would have. I mean, I guess.
I think you got it. I think you got to move back out to the east. Oh, that's the finesse nigga.
Yeah, we was talking about Howard. Howard, like, we got to make sure we put him on screen.
Oh man,
we talking about HBCU scams.
Hampton would have been a better fit for you rather than Howard. Even though Howard was fun, I went to it's probably one of the funniest stories I have. I'm not gonna say it on here.
You don't think more?
But I went to a party at Howard.
Yeah.
Like a fraternity party.
Yeah.
And I ended up dancing with this girl. And, like, while we're dancing, she's, like, bent over dancing on me. She's turning around, looking me in my eyes, having a conversation with me as we're dancing. And I'm like, all right, I'll talk with you. This awkward ass.
Do you remember what y'all was talking about?
Hell no. Hell no.
We put in Howard women. See what
I know it's a long time, but still.
That's not what I had in mind.
That nigga, my nigga Matt got into Alabama A&M. They would have got your ass on the football team right away.
They had him in the 4-point stance. Was it 4-point stance? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
3-point stance?
No.
I don't know, but if you want, we can easily transition into sports. Maybe somebody else might have a better understanding on that.
Nigga, you can't be working on graphics during the show.
All right, guys.
Listen, yeah.
So we come to the part of the show where it's a new segment we want to try out where, because apparently the conversation we've been having is too boring for Tyrone, we're going to get him interested to talk about sports.
It wasn't an issue where we was talking, nigga.
And we do have a special guest. We're going to bring a special guest on the show. I apologize. I do not know the young man's name.
It's Jerome.
I just know he got on
Travis. Hold on. With the name Jerome with a LeBron jersey on. I want you guys to put in the comments.
And Travis is on.
And Travis Jordan 1s. Whatever image you have in your head, I bet you as soon as he walks in this camera, is going to throw you off. Go ahead, brother Jerome. Come on up.
Those Travis
you said what?
Travis's or Mocha's?
Those are Travis.
Those are Mocha's.
The fucking
nigga
swoosh.
Those are Travis.
What the
fuck?
Those are Travis.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, the swoosh backwards.
Get up. Yeah.
Dumbass.
There's one straight and then there's one backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those
yeah.
are
I was
Travis's.
thinking, sitting there looking at those Travis's. I knew they were Travis's.
you
I'm not
put-
roasting you.
Can
Nah, I'm not saying the poor man. I've been saying the Travis's the whole day.
can you please let brother Jerome hop
Are
on?
you
the
gonna hop
mic?
off too? You gonna stay on sports?
I'm gonna see how long I can hang in this conversation. Yeah, go ahead, brother Jerome. Give brother Jerome a round of applause.
Clap it up in the chat.
There you go.
And thank you by the
Yeah.
thank you by the way, Hannah.
Yes, Hannah. Don't forget Ty got ADHD.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Shit, now you got me too with that.
So bring the mic a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there we go.
You
Yep.
said what?
Yeah, there's a speaker over there.
Hey.
That's how I know if the audio's working.
Is there a mic that I can hold?
Oh no, I didn't plug it in. No one said anything.
Y'all thought I was black.
Brother Jerome.
I've been having to deal with that my whole life,
Bro.
Yeah.
That Ty, you're gonna have to lead on this conversation. You had some really great
'Cause-
takes last Saturday.
Nah, I want to stay on his name, bro, because it
Okay.
ain't even spelt like Jerome, bro.
Nah, it's not. Do I have the domain to tell the story?
Yeah.
Go
I was
ahead.
born in Syria, so
shit.
over there.
Immigrant gang, nigga.
Yeah.
I got my certification of naturalization at the crib. Fuck with me.
I got my shit in Fresno.
Oh, but wait, you better, nigga, get that back.
Nah, so you either learn French or English when you grow up in Syria.
Okay.
So the guy who did my paperwork, that motherfucker learned French.
Oh,
And we were going to the United States. So he spelled my shit with like French phonetic spelling.
Yeah.
So what was dope was when I got my citizenship when I was like 17,
Yeah.
my mom was like, you know, you can like completely change your name, right? So I had this whole like dilemma in high school, like, do I change it and
Yeah.
like spell it Jerome?
Yeah.
Or do I keep it? And I said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep it.
It's Jerome.
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 Yep.
Damn, that's crazy. I got my shit when I was 17 too. That's wild.
Is that like the age
Immigrants.
everybody like gets their?
Well, if you don't get it by 18, you have to file on your own. You can't file
Yeah.
with your parents. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
I had to
Let-
take the exam and all that. Which
Oh,
would-
you did.
No, I didn't. If you
Oh,
if you turn
yeah.
18, you have to take the like actual exam.
Yeah. Which would have literally just been a history
Which is fucked
class
up. 'Cause
exam.
Because back in the day, they used to let you take that shit in your native language.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like you could take it in Spanish, you could take it in Arabic. You could take it. I spoke English, so I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
chilling.
yeah.
I went to high school. I went to school here.
Exactly.
So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
let me take the test. Shit.
Exactly.
So
But,
it was
yeah.
cool.
Born in Syria?
Yep.
Yeah.
You think you would have been the man you are today if you stayed in
Hell
Hold
no, I
on,
would have
did-
been the
hold-
smartest man milking a three-legged cow, bro.
Damn.
Dead ass.
Damn. That's tight.
Hell no.
Damn, that's tight.
Yeah.
All right then. Now let's get into it.
Yeah.
Now that we speaking of
Y'all go
Syria-
ahead and talk. I'm gonna get his mic. I'm
here
gonna
to
get
do.
Elijah's mic.
Yeah. Now that we speaking of immigration, let's take it down to what our people are used to. Soccer.
So
You said what? It's because, bro, I gotta make sure I get all my talents in at the same time, or else I'm gonna die. But so the NBA is going in a crazy direction right now.
facts.
They're having an in-season tournament,
Yep.
and the other day we were talking about how the NBA needs to become more like the international like soccer league.
Absolutely.
And I feel like this right here is probably the biggest step.
Mhm.
Even with the play-in tournament, like they're going in a route to where they're giving us more games, but they're also giving other teams an opportunity to be a champion
Facts.
without having to win fucking Larry O'Brien.
Right.
Like, how do you feel about it so far? Like, what do you think? Do you think these are the right steps the league is taking right now, or do you think they kind of need to, just stick to the traditional hoops?
So my answer, I think it should be a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
want to keep the traditional vibe of the NBA.
Yeah.
We want the original rivalries. We want the original competitiveness that
Yeah.
like is fostered from it. But at the same time, we want to see some smaller market teams come up too.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think baby steps.
true.
What I don't like is they just decided to they're shifting the play structure rather than shifting like little rules. Like I remember we talked about like renting players.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you know, like they should have like sprinkled little things into it
yeah.
where like you can rent a player. All right, cool.
So-
Instead of shifting the whole structure of the league.
So let's explain like the idea of renting a player.
Oh,
in,
for sure.
In soccer, in like the Premier Leagues, the Spanish League, French
Mhm.
League, and their Champions League, they're all able to rent players from each other.
Facts.
Like I don't understand the financial like logistics of everything, but let's say you have a squad that's not really doing that well.
Mhm.
You're not bringing in tickets because your team's not winning.
Right.
You can rent out your best player to a another really good club.
Almost often than not, is never the best player though.
Really?
Right?
Go ahead and explain on that.
So like, from what I understand about it, because I'm no soccer expert. Like, I pulled up wearing a hoop jersey, but
Facts.
like, I guess from a logistics standpoint, if you got a team that's like really good offensively, but your whole lack is defense,
Yeah.
you can go out and hunt for somebody who's got a stacked defense. And I guess the incentive for the team that has the player is they don't got to pay him those like
For that season.
that game fee
Yeah.
or however long, like if it's a month.
Yeah.
Basically, they get a write-off on the whole situation where
With
they
that
don't got to
guy.
pay for him, and then that team gets the benefit of having a player
Mhm.
without having to go through signing them, scouting, all that,
Go-
like,
go
all that
talking to
goodness.
yeah.
So, like, for me, I think that's just it's a great way to have us see guys in different jerseys.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy to me? I think like I love FIFA for this, like,
Yeah.
because they implement chemistry into the game.
Yup.
And chemistry is a real thing. Like, we always see like players talking about, oh, I didn't vibe at this place, like especially after they leave the league.
Yeah.
So like what's cool is you can see a guy leave, let's say he's the second string on like the best team in the league, and then he goes over to a team that's like middle of the pack that
Yeah.
needs some like defensive help. That first place team is going to send over their second stringer, and that second stringer like can
He's gonna
emerge to
ball
be a
out.
strong. It's like the James Harden story.
Exactly.
Like, he's the best player, but he's the best six man.
So like let's kind of elaborate. Like we were talking about if the Portland Trailblazers, because you know how Dame called for a trade,
Facts.
if they were to just rent him out to, let's say, the Miami Heat during the playoffs, not only does Miami and Dame get a ring,
Yeah.
but the Trailblazers still get to keep Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, for however long Miami has him, they can like start building towards, okay, we can save enough money to get Dame a better player within the next coming seasons.
So I don't know if you're allowed in at least soccer. I don't think you're allowed to rent in like postseason.
Well, let's say you're renting him and it goes into postseason.
Right.
Like, is that a thing, or do you have to like once the postseason comes, like you're done, you can't even?
That's
You're
what I,
outta
so
here.
that's the first thing that popped in my mind was like you can only if you can rent in the postseason, you can
Yeah.
only rent from teams that are still in the postseason.
Oh, that would be.
But that's a
fucking
conflict of interest
That
because if we
is.
like end up playing each other, or if you're on the other side of the bracket,
Where
and
do I
send
play?
over my like player,
Yeah.
and I could just tell him, hey, yo, fuck this off real quick, so we don't got to see them.
Exactly.
You know what I
I
mean?
think you know what I think it would. So if the league were to do something like that, I feel like it would be better that. I think it would be better if they were like, okay, so if you rent a player out
Yeah.
and he's on the team before the postseason, he can still go ahead and play in the postseason.
Okay.
But he can only play if the team he's on isn't in the postseason. Like, so like if the Hornets were to rent LaMelo out,
Facts.
they could do that because they didn't make the playoffs.
Mhm.
But the Warriors couldn't rent like Draymond or
Right.
anything. And same with the Clippers. They can't rent Kawhi or PG because they're
What you
both in the
got?
playoffs.
We actually got a question that just came in from the Groovy Crew. He said, "What are y'all thoughts? Make sure. What are y'all thoughts on KD saying offense wins championships?"
He not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Okay.
Like, when we look back at it, like, it obviously you need both. Like,
Yeah.
niggas say defense wins championship, but it's actually rebounding
Mhm.
and efficiency on the offensive end.
So I'll keep it a buck. The Lakers lost. They got swept in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, they did.
They did not play bad defense.
They did not.
They just faced an impeccable offense. You had Jamal Murray
Exactly.
going crazy, dropping buckets left and right. You had Jokic making the most blasphemous ass threes.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know,
But, nah, keep going.
yeah. Say your thought. You had something.
Nah, because I was going to say, like, I wouldn't even say it was those two fucking them up. It was the Bruce Browns. It was the Jeff Greens.
Yeah.
It was the Aaron Gordons.
And did you see how that translated to Bruce Brown's offseason like coverage?
Bro.
Like, bro, everybody's trying to pay a stack on Bruce Brown.
Exactly.
So like, you know what I mean? It's not absurd. It's not a crazy thing. And you know, that's KD. That's one
Yeah.
of the most efficient offensive people in like the history of the game.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad take at all, I don't think.
At all. And when you, like, let's go back into recent, like, not even just recent history, just 2001, 2002 Lakers, bro. Their defense was good, but their offense was amazing. You were not stopping Kobe.
Yeah,
and Shaq.
nobody stopping Shaq alone.
Yeah.
And then you had Kobe.
Like, if you have an efficient offense and you have a decent defense, because that's why the Lakers won. The Lakers had a healthier AD and a healthier LeBron.
Right.
And we had a bunch of dudes around them who could hit an open shot sometimes.
I would have said, I'll say this, and I'll die by this. If the Lakers shot more than 26% from behind the arc, they would have won it.
If they won 30, bro, if they hit 32% from 3, bro,
I'm saying
it's up, because you're not beating a Laker team where LeBron is averaging 2 threes a game, along with four trips to the free throw line.
And the thing is everyone like, yeah, I'm wearing the LeBron jersey. I am not a LeBron stan. Nah, like I've been a Laker fan since ever.
Forever.
And I love LeBron. I think he's great for the game. Kobe's my GOAT. But at the end of the day, I just think of it as like LeBron dropped 40 in game 4. You know, like he gave everything, and then you know, if he really was as hurt as they were talking about,
yeah, that's
and like,
crazy.
yeah, if that is crazy, and you know, that's exactly what I expect out of a superstar in the Lakers.
Yeah,
because that's just what I'm used to. I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
So I mean, it all comes. Yeah, offense is a good move.
Offense is king. Jordan was defensive player of the year, great defensive player, but his last moment as a champion wasn't a steal or a block.
Nah, it was the shot.
It was a jump
Yeah,
shot. So offense wins games.
Was it a push off?
Nigga, everybody push. Yes, most niggas. Listen, my thing with the push off is I like the idea that you can call it, but nigga, rarely is it ever called right. Do you know how many push offs happen that at critical points in games that are not called?
Yeah.
Steph Curry is an egregious.
I was gonna say the Warriors.
Yep, bro.
Oh my God.
When it comes to push offs, he's the most egregious nigga out there, bro. Because
Also, I just want to say you have a follow up from the Groovy Crew. He said he feels that the statement is true for KD.
For KD.
Yeah.
It's true for KD, but it's also true for everybody in the league. Like, there's no team that won a championship in the last 20, 30 years because of their defense. The Detroit Pistons, when they beat the Lakers, they played great defense, but that offense of Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince hitting them threes is what killed the Lakers. Lakers didn't have three-point shooters like that.
Yeah.
Like, when we look at the Warriors, they played great defense, but they also had the most efficient offense in the league.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard won with the Toronto Raptors because Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, and them were scoring.
Facts. That was like, honestly, that season was Siakam's like most efficient season ever. He never replicated that after.
Because he was never the third option again. He was either the first or second,
that's
bro.
Crazy to think about.
Yeah, bro. Like, think about how many players in the league are great players if they're not the number one option.
Like playing off ball?
Yeah.
You guys actually had a point. I'm not sure if you guys kind of covered it when I was looking for the mic in the back.
Yeah.
Your take on the future of the NBA being an international sport.
Yep.
Did you guys already cover that?
Yeah, we did, but we didn't break it down like that.
We didn't even say international.
Yeah.
We just talked about how it should replicate international leagues.
Yeah, and you guys, I saw you starting on that, but you were just talking about some of the most influential players of the past 5 years, all of them being from out of the country.
Yeah.
If you can kind of dig a little deeper on that. That was a really, when I was sitting here and you guys told me that, you really had me stumped. Like, y'all, and everybody knows, like, I'm not really like a strong basketball fan, but when you really had me understanding the globalization of the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, because like when you look at it, Dirk Nowitzki for the last probably like 20 years, 30, well, going on 30, he's been the most known and the best international player.
So Dirk, I'm gonna come
Hakeem,
at you. Manu,
Ginobili,
Yao.
Yao was like the only person who gave Shaq like
problems because he was 7'5",
and that's crazy.
And then you got Pau and Mark Gasol, even though Mark went to school
Shout out to Spaniards.
in America. Yeah. And then you had like all the little. So where I started to see like the growth of international hoopers was when people were starting to show love to niggas like Ricky Rubio Rudy Fernandez.
Mm.
You know, very like
Ricky Rubio plays with a flair too.
Dog.
And you only get in Euro, bro.
But-
like you only get that in Euro.
bro, like just doing like we talk about Luka now, but
That's what I mean. They talk about Luka like he's Ricky Rubio.
Bro.
And that shit pissed me off.
nah, but Luka's way
But
better.
Luka
than
nice.
Ricky.
Don't
He
get me wrong,
way
but I
better.
mean like the swag, bro. The swag.
No,
you know.
Ricky Rubio's swag was crazy, so crazy that nah, that wasn't the draft. I was about to say the Timberwolves picked him over Steph. That wasn't the draft. But it was so crazy that coming into the league, niggas was like, oh, this guy's about to take over from CP3. Ricky Rubio was a great player.
Yep.
To this day, he's still a dog, but I don't think his game fully translated into the league. And that's because the development, the international development of the league wasn't where it is now.
Yeah.
You have players like Joel Embiid, who literally grew up within his game was grown within an NBA an NBA, what do you call it?
Like
A
camp?
farm,
Yeah.
in Africa, in Cameroon. And because of that, he ends up going to Kansas, which was a great basketball program. You got a lot of goats that come out of there, right? Paul Pierce went to Kansas.
We were just talking about this too, speaking on Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
The point that Mohammed was talking about was all of the past 5 years have all been international players who win the MVP.
to win the MVP.
And I thought about it further after we stopped that conversation. Is this like this isn't the first time it happened, but it's the first time in a long time that the first round draft pick is from some international country.
Yeah.
That didn't go to college. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the crazier part.
Straight-
It's because now we're seeing dudes not going to college.
Yeah. Even within America.
And I'm gonna shout out LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball started that shit.
He called it, bro.
He started that shit because he was talking about that he sent Jello off to China or no
Time
he
out.
was like, go ahead.
You were actually wrong. LaMelo is one of the
LaMelo's
first.
the one that played
Yeah.
overseas, and then Jello followed him because he did all
Yeah.
that bullshit in China and
Because Jello was at USC.
UCLA.
He was at UCLA too.
Zoe went to UCLA. Jello went to UCLA.
Oh, okay.
And then LaMelo
He
ended
went
up
straight to
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Or something.
No, yeah, he went to Lithuania or one of those Slavic countries,
And his brother came too.
and then his brother went, and then after that he went to Australia.
For real?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
where he got drafted from,
That's
Australia.
right. Yeah, you're
And,
right.
In a league
Yeah,
where
he did an extra year. That's right.
there was another, but while he was there was another kid that got drafted the same season, who's in the league right now, straight out of Australia too,
Mm-hmm.
and he was pretty good. You got guys like Dante Exum who come over from Australia. Like the league, there's only 400 spots in the league.
Right.
If you look at it, when you look at international players, they cover up at least a quarter of the players in the league.
So you think
That's
there's
a lot.
that's what when you say you think there's 100 people
Easily. There's
easy.
easily over 100 people in the league that are from international countries.
Yeah.
So let's play tinfoil hat NBA style.
Okay.
Do you think this trend increases with time or decreases with time?
This trend is. You could go ahead.
So I think
Because compare it back to
Yeah.
2000, because I almost said 90s basketball, but that's 30 years ago. So let's
No,
just say,
but there were still international labels.
but was it still at
Yeah.
25%? Was it still 25% of the league?
No, it was probably
Hell
it
nah.
was so low that niggas would get mad that there were international players on their team.
yeah,
Because they thought they couldn't hoop.
if you watch The Last Dance, the whole when Tony Kukoc when they picked up Tony Kukoc for the back half of the 3P, right? Was it
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they picked him up for that team because
He was
they hated him.
Yeah.
Everyone on the team hated him, but he was nice.
He was
And
nice
then
as
what was
fuck.
crazy was they would go to the Olympics and they'd see him in the Olympics. Like Jordan and them they would play him, but there was like the beauty of the game about it was the competitiveness created like a respect.
Yeah.
And that respect was the threshold to the door that let all these other European players come into the league.
Exactly.
So like
It's definitely something that's gonna grow
Mhm.
and I think that's what's gonna end up forcing the league to expand, not just within the states.
Well, when they realize that they have a market elsewhere,
Yeah.
the problem is you already have Euro leagues. You already got like the French league. You know, we have some people from Bakersfield playing in the French league right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you already got those leagues that exist. So it's kind of like you're expanding into a market that's already got players in it.
somebody brought up Brandon Jennings, and you're right. Brandon Jennings forewent college to go overseas because he was like, I need to get paid.
Facts.
And now we're at a point in the league to where college players can get paid and still enter the NBA out of high. You don't even have to necessarily finish high school. You can go to a prep school and play in the overtime league, which is what Ozair Thompson and Amen Thompson did. And I think all of this, the fact that so many things are integrating within basketball, to your point where you're asking if it's going to continue, it's going to continue to expand. There are going to be more international players coming in. That's going to force the league itself to expand into a more expansive league. We have probably room for maybe 6 more teams within the states. And I think states in Canada. And then I think what's going to happen is it's going to force international teams to join. Like, we're probably going to go to the ABL, the Australian Basketball League, because their basketball translates really well to the NBA.
Okay.
And then we might look at maybe the Spanish League, because the same thing, their basketball translates pretty well. And it's going to be a thing of where this in-season tournament becomes a bigger thing, but kids coming into the league also have more opportunity to get drafted. They don't necessarily have to – it's not going to be 60 picks. It's going to be more picks, and it's going to be signings overseas. And all these things are going to coincide within the NBA structure. Realistically, the only thing that's stopping this from happening is just paperwork. How are we going to translate the U.S. dollar and the Canadian dollar overseas to these other countries to where players still get paid and the NBA is still meeting their, whatever tax thresholds they have to meet? Once they figure that out internationally, then it's a wrap, because let's be real, the MLS is proof that it's
possible.
It's possible, but there's also no need for it necessarily. I don't think there's a need for the MLS. I think the MLS should just be a part of one of the international leagues.
I feel like, but the thing is it's the thing that's centered around sports. A lot of the sports is labeled as entertainment.
Yeah.
So in that, as long as there's a market, as long as there's people who are going to watch it, and as long as there's like nationalism, like as long as people are like, I'm from the United States, or as long as there's going to be people, why don't we have our own soccer league? Why don't we have this?
That's true.
And despite the quality of it, because the quality of soccer you get in MLS versus like the Premier League, it's night and day.
Yeah. Even in Mexico in the MLS, the soccer in Mexico is way better than the soccer in the MLS. Like the talent, everything. I think
it's something I want to bring in. I've also seen this trend, and I'm sure you guys pay attention to golf.
Yeah.
Now golf is it's no longer like the PGA as we knew it.
The PGA is it's low key dwindling away.
There's the whole
in Saudi Arabia.
And then they're like, we're cool with y'all wilding the fuck out. Just like you created something that people want to watch.
Tiger Woods denied an $800 million contract to try to stay loyal to the PGA for that same company to offer a similar contract to the PGA, and then they bought it. But they were just trying to pull. I don't know the details of the story, but Tiger was trying to stay loyal to the squad, and then they ended up getting fucked. But
I mean,
they stood by him through all this bullshit. I would too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice. Yeah.
You're like, hey, bro, you need to get it together.
That's true. And also like Formula One, which is like kind of is a little different.
That shit's next level.
That's also it's international.
It is
international sport. And sometimes people may call this taboo, but esports,
but
international.
To that point of Formula One, now NASCAR is trying to do things that Formula One does.
I was about to walk into that, which is the Le Mans, which is a 24-hour race. NASCAR had a car in the Le Mans race this year. The memes from that were hilarious. It was like, what the fuck is the kilometer? It's just like...
I'm just driving. Is this race good yet, nigga?
It's just like, it was funny. I followed that entire race this year. But I'm definitely starting to see the trend of the internalization of just sports.
Yeah.
But I never thought ever in a million years that I thought I would see it in basketball.
Well, basketball is the youngest sport that we have in North America. It's the fastest growing, but to be honest, it's the most easily accessible. It's very easy to play basketball. The only sport that's easier to play is soccer.
Yeah.
True.
Like... Because, you just throw a ball on the field. With basketball, all you got to do is find a court, find a hoop.
And
Yeah.
that's the other thing. You can makeshift courts.
You
know what I
can,
mean?
and
It's just
niggas do.
pull it together.
So like I
Yeah.
see this it growing and expand. It's only 7 years old, 76, 77 years old.
Yeah.
So it's only at the beginning.
Mhm.
Right now, what we're seeing within just the players, because what's going to happen is the players show you see it through the players, and then you see it structurally, internally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
through the business. We're seeing the growth and the widespread of international just gain within these players. Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic,
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then Nikola Jokic. Like these players right here are in the top 10 of the best players in the league. That's 4 niggas.
Yeah.
And
40% of the top 10.
nigga,
That's impressive.
the first round draft pick, not this draft, but the previous one, Paolo Banchero, he's Italian. So like he went to school in America, but he's Italian. Pascal Siakam, he's African. He went to school in America, but he's African. Jamal Murray is Canadian. Same shit. Went to school in America. Andrew Wiggins, that nigga's Canadian. There are so many niggas in the league that are already good that aren't even like, they're not from here. Like the roots are not from here, but these niggas are still some of the best people to play basketball. So when I say there are at least 100 players who have international roots, as in they were born there or raised by a first generation immigrant.
Yeah.
Yes, nigga, like by far, the 100%. Like I can think of 20 just off the top of my head, and I'm not even getting to the nitty gritty of the suck ass niggas.
Right.
We're not even talking about
So
them.
the other thing I thought about too was visibility.
Yeah.
Like we live in a town that values athletics,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of these young kids out here are always talking about visibility, like their huddles, their social medias.
Yeah.
And it's like we have the privilege of that here in America, and it's like common for people to be like out there, and there's like platforms and resources where people will talk about them and shit.
Yeah.
What about those
we're-
smaller countries
Yeah.
that don't have that visibility, but they got some really crazy hoopers,
Crazy
insane
hoopers.
athletes,
Yeah.
shit that we ain't never seen
What's
before.
the Rutgers Park of Spain?
Well, they got it, but he's talking about like what's the max preps, what's the ball
Yeah.
is life. They
Yeah,
don't
the
have
ball- yeah. those-
Yeah,
so
it's
like because out there in soccer and basketball, if you're not in a club,
Yeah.
you're not hooping.
Mhm.
Like you're not going professional. Like you have to be in a club at the age of like 10, 12 and stay within that club to have a chance to like make it to the pros and then get seen.
Okay.
And
But-
all of these Euro teams too got like U18 leagues,
Yeah.
U21.
Mm.
Like they have like tiers of just development, and they have academies where they
Like
just
the G League with is it like
kind of, but
Essentially,
it's
but
like.
not quite.
But these are
No.
like kids that like their whole job is to go to this school to play soccer.
And that's what the overtime league is.
They
the
don't go to
OTE.
high school and all that. Like,
Kanye had a team in there. The Donda team, that was
Yeah.
in the OTE.
mm-hmm.
And Alzair Thompson, Scoot Henderson, Amen Thompson, who else? Jalen Green. Those niggas, they played in the overtime league and got drafted from there. Not the G League. Overtime, never mind. Jalen and Scoot got drafted from the G League.
Yep.
But like that's not the NBA. That's not college.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like when I was looking at the draft, the top 10, the majority of niggas was coming from low key straight out of high school.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
the second pick was the only nigga out of like it was probably like 2 more that went to college. So you do not have to go to college in order to hoop now.
That
Like,
almost supports Elijah's point on the major push behind college is athletics. If
Yeah.
you remove athletics from college,
then what's the
shit's
point?
gonna get real awkward real quick.
Yeah.
Like
I love that he said what he said because
Yeah.
I've been saying that shit forever.
and yeah, because to go back on you went to a designer school.
Yeah.
Yeah. You graduated from
You know, it's
was it Berkeley?
Berkeley.
It
I
was
went to
Berkeley.
I went to Cal.
Yeah,
so-
bear.
He a bear.
I just wear the
bears.
hoodies. People think I go there. I just wear the hoodie. I like the logo.
Hey
But-
man, I love that shit, man. I love repping it. I love being here and talking about it. But I tell everybody how it is. When I come back, I always go back to my old high school and I talk to them seniors and I tell them, I was like, look, bruh, if you ain't in this shit to be a doctor, to be a lawyer,
Yeah.
to be
That's what
some
that
type
nigga
of
said.
engineer, where
Yeah.
that degree, that paper is like the key to your next step, then if you want to be an artist, you want a talk show,
Yeah.
you want this, you want that, you could do all of that shit and educate yourself off the internet. You could do it all yourself.
Yeah.
Save yourself a stack, and let that financial aid money go to some kid who needs it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he'll actually take that degree and put it to use towards something else. Because there's a lot of passionate fools out there that can't make it to that level. So
Yeah.
I take it to myself and say I did it because that was always my goal to get educated. But I
Yeah.
know that the route
And
that I took
specifically,
it.
and what is
So I started as the pre-med
okay?
situation, and then when everything went towards like the pandemic,
Mhm.
I had like a little existential crisis. Like, what do I do?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was like I transferred into Cal, so I had that one summer to where I had time off, and I was like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, I'm in the Bay. What the fuck is like good out here?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how do I make this shit worth it? Because I'm about to put down stacks. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, damn, this is expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I guess I got to do the computer science gig.
Okay.
And I never coded before in my life. I jumped right into it. And then the advisor told me the fucking most annoying shit. He goes, the learning curve is steep. And I was like, okay, you're being honest. He wasn't being 100% honest. That bitch was like vertical. It wasn't
Yeah.
even steep.
Yeah.
Like that shit was so hard.
You were learning a new language with math.
And it was a new language like every other week.
Yeah.
And it was like,
And what sucks about computer science is that you have to go back and learn the old languages that you don't even practice.
Need anymore.
Assembly, binary, simple. Like it's so much further than like your C++ if else statements. It's like essentially binary.
Yeah.
It's a dated language. It's like you want to call somebody and you're like, yo, let me get your house phone number.
Zero,
you know, it's
zero,
like
one,
it's like what
zero,
the
zero,
fuck?
111001100.
Exactly. But
And all that means
but
is
that's,
yes.
But that's minimizing it to a yes or no statement. You have to
Yeah.
understand computers function off of multivariable, like essentially conversations.
Yeah.
It's 30 niggas talking at the same time.
when you did your show about AI, bro, I geeked because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, somebody talk about the shit I like.
Bro,
Like, cool.
that's
So,
my shit. I everything in my
Yeah.
life is AI.
Yeah,
AI is
so
like everything.
I'm glad y'all niggas love like
I
Allen
took
Iverson.
that and I was just like, okay. Then I found data science and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so this is like applied. I could take numbers, explain shit, predict shit, and like tell people like what it is, all while chilling on the computer. And I could
Yeah.
be like by the pool chilling.
But wouldn't
and
that fall into stat?
it's exact. So this is what it is. Data science is statistics. If statistics and computer science met at a bar and had a baby that night,
okay.
that's exactly what the fuck it is.
Okay, because
So-
I was like, wait a minute, bro, hold on. is that
So-
what y'all calling stat now? Data science? I was like, these fucking college kids, I swear.
Nah. It's a whole field. Big data is a thing because now that like the internet is established and
Yeah.
it's like growing, now it's like what's the byproduct? And it's
So this
our
is
data.
where algorithms are bred from.
So yeah, I don't want to talk about the shit I do on the day-to-day.
Well, I
basis.
mean,
Yeah.
we talking
Talk
about sports right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because
They-
we're in a league. We're in a league of algorithms
Right.
and literally just statistics. Like
Mhm.
nothing. Like when you look at it, nobody gets anything.
Bro, you're good. You got all the space. You're off. Just don't come all the way. Don't step on that power cable. You will fuck everything up. You're good. I cropped the shot. You're good.
Nobody gets anything based off
Right.
of their skill anymore. Everything in the league is based
Man.
off of
Ball is life.
analytics. Like
do you watch football?
barely.
Barely.
Yeah.
NFL starts in like a month, so I'm just like I'm geeked for that.
I don't
Like,
care about football.
Nah,
man.
man,
I'm
football is
young,
dope.
man.
Come on,
Fuck football.
football
man.
is.
I like the.
I like Madden.
This is what this is what I'm going to say about football, right? So I've never watched. I wasn't never allowed to play football. I don't know anything about football.
Okay.
But I told myself this year, I'm going to have a team.
Oh my
All right.
gosh. It's because he got
Yeah.
a kid.
I'm walking
Because
into
you got a
fatherhood.
kid.
You got to have a team.
For sure.
You're gonna become a
You gotta
Cowboys
start buying
fan.
the merch and get the kids.
You know, because there's no other group of people that are as connected as
Baseball.
No, baseball is not, because I can't even say baseball. I gotta
baseball's
say
a cult.
Yeah, it's a cult,
No,
bro.
baseball is
Nah,
cool,
I'm
but
playing.
not compared to football because
No,
because
it's not.
football the season is so short. So it's
is
more
short.
intense because it's so short. Like we're here, like you understand. And call me stupid, but like Cowboys fans, they still geeked off the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you translate that to basketball. It's might say, but the Lakers though, the 01 Lakers, that was
no.
That would
It's real in basketball.
that would be, but that would be crazy if somebody was arguing.
But no, it wouldn't because, mind you, the Milwaukee Bucks just won their first championship since the fucking 60s, nigga. 60s, 70s. Nuggets just won their first championship ever.
But understand, the
True.
people who walk around with, we never had Nuggets people other than the nigga in 4. Outside of him, the people weren't walking around
Knicks
like
fans. Muhammad.
Just forgot. Knicks
Clipper
fans,
fans, Muhammad.
Knicks
Sacramento
fans are a different breed.
Sacramento
Knicks
Kings fans.
No,
Muhammad.
Knicks fans and but anyways, I told myself that I was going to find a team,
Right.
and I picked the team I decided on.
Oh shit! I was gonna ask you going hometown. How you rocking? But
So-
Wait, let me guess. It's gonna be the Dolphins.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no, wasn't there Dolphins?
let the man speak. I want to hear this.
So I needed a team that had a great logo.
Okay.
Because if this is merchandise that I'm going to wear and I'm going to
you gotta
support,
look fly.
I got the
I rock
Broncos.
I gotta look fly.
Okay.
So, off of just the color palette, my second,
Steelers.
no, my third one up, just off the color palette,
I'm so
was
nervous.
was the Browns.
What the fuck?
Hold on. Hold on.
Nah,
That's why
this
I
nigga-
said with the third.
Third.
This
Okay.
That was the third. That's why I got to go backwards.
All right.
I said
Then
I
he
love,
saw that record.
but I said, wow, like they're literally the Browns. I said I love the color palette with the orange. I said the orange
It's hard.
is hard,
And their logo is actually a bulldog.
bro.
Well,
it-
their
no.
mascot is actually a bulldog.
The bull, like that's the mascot. So then I was like, that's not quite it. So in my second, so I had somebody in my second spot, right, on the team I was gonna pick,
Packers.
and I said, I didn't want to be a cheesehead. I knew that. I'm
Respect.
not. I had to look up who Aaron Rodgers was. I had to look up.
Cal alum.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of research, and I said it wasn't going there. And then I said, I knew Raiders wasn't going to happen. I'm too happy with my life.
You're not rowdy enough.
I'm not rowdy.
You're not
When I
rowdy.
saw about the black hole, I said, I'm not. That's not for me.
Bro, that's mosh pit.
I know, but this is for a football game, bro. They ain't no music, so
Bro,
that's
I lived
that's
in
why.
the O. They
Yeah.
still rock.
Yeah, no.
They still go.
So I'm not doing that. So then I said, you know what? For my second one, ironically, you guessed it, it was the Miami Dolphins.
I knew
The Miami Dolphins, off of the
That
city,
color
the
palette is
culture,
fly.
color palette's
color.
nice, logo solid.
Hell yeah.
But then I came across the Buffalo Bills.
it. Okay. I respect that.
Hey.
Stephon Diggs in them.
And I
Okay.
just, something about it. Oh, you out of here? Okay. All right.
Somebody
then.
said Patriots in the chat.
And-
Hey, Tom Brady went to Cal too, right?
No, he didn't.
He did it?
Tom
He just
Brady,
from the Bay? He went to
Tom
Michigan
Brady's from the
State.
Bay.
He
Yeah.
went to Michigan. He went to Michigan.
This man.
University of Michigan. Get the
Oh,
fuck out of here, man.
let it
Damn.
go.
You talking about man shit right now.
Yeah, I know, but I know he has a bunch to say.
On gang. He
I
was probably
know.
sitting here listening like, nah, man.
Hey,
I
man.
know.
He's a Laker fan too. He's good people.
Uh,
Nice to meet you too, bro.
Easy, bro.
But yeah, Buffalo Bills. I wanted to see what.
That's a good squad.
It's a good squad, right?
Right now,
You know.
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs.
You know, so
You
I
got
was
some
like,
boys.
and also like I said, I love the logo looks good, the
Blue,
color
white.
looks good, the story is a good team.
Fuck the Bills and anybody. You just, hey, he just got his first beat. Hey, them your rivals right there, my boy. Hey, let's
Oh
go.
my god!
Yeah, boy.
But
So you picked it straight off style.
It's all style because this is my first year of football.
Okay.
So I don't know. And because it's my first year of football, I think I should be allocated a little bit of grace
Yeah.
on the commitment, right? Because
Yeah.
this is like your first girlfriend. You know, it's like, you know,
You gotta play the field.
You gotta play. You gotta
Yeah.
learn what it's like being so.
Look into the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore
That boy-
Ravens.
that boy
Actually,
Lamar
I'm really glad you
cold.
said the Miami Dolphins because
That
like
was my second.
I know you for the little bit that I do know you.
Yeah.
Your personality, your like how eclectic you are.
Yeah.
The Miami Dolphins is perfect for you because one is Miami.
Yeah.
It's just a vibe, and McDaniels is just he's a vibe. He's a young coach.
Fuck
He's
yeah.
cool, and they
Fuck
got energy.
Josh
I fuck with the
McDaniels.
Dolphins. I like it,
But
So-
how they treated they quarterback though.
man. But that's
Nah,
the
they
thing.
quarterback.
Roderick
Roderick is a Dolphins fan. Ask him about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you know that's a
Nah,
loyal
man.
motherfucker, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, but football, the thing where I drop off of football is like the injuries, right? Like the
Yeah.
like,
a lot
so
of
with
Mandingo, Jason Love, Adam 22 type of energy.
What?
yo,
Bro, that wasn't even necessary,
Someone
bro.
get lit on the phone. Someone get
What? You just went from talking about football to talking about straight.
He's talking about
dick.
he said injuries.
No,
and
no.
I was like the Mandingo effect, and that's why I went into Jason Love. Like,
Nah, man. But
Come
nah,
on,
the
man.
way
Go ahead, go
the
on.
way
We
that
gotta get
so
outta
their
here.
quarterback Tua, he had like way too many concussions.
Yeah.
And that like the impact on that for the game too. It's just like it's crazy. What was his name? He was
Tannehill.
on the Bills last year.
Oh.
He got hurt. Like, you know, his heart stopped.
Oh,
Forgot his name.
that's what brought me on.
Hamlin.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Like, you know, just for that to happen in high school. So I don't know how much better the technology can get to actually keep these players, like, because the NFL literally stands for not for long.
Especially
Like-
if you're a running back.
Yeah,
I hate
man.
how they do running backs, bro. Them niggas do not get paid, and
Yeah.
Easily
when they do
replaced.
well,
Mhm.
next season is a maybe.
That's why I see like the commercialization of basketball actually like taking off, because
Yeah.
you don't get shit like that. You don't get like detrimental injuries. Like you get. I mean, Paul George
He
snapped
broke
his
his- yeah.
whole leg in half,
And then
he's,
he
he's
360.
still one of the best players.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
like the
Kawhi Leonard won a championship off a torn ACL.
insane.
Yeah.
Like
twice.
Derrick Rose
Still
He's
in the
a-
league.
He's still in the league.
still
yeah.
in the league, bro.
That man done had 4 different careers.
Yeah.
He had, I'm a superstar,
Yeah.
I'm a starter, I'm coming off the bench, and I'm just DeMar Hamlin. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Now I'm the team vet.
I knew his first name was DeMar. I just didn't want to fuck it up in front of
okay.
everybody. Like, but yeah, man, just like the range of that and the ability to bounce back, and then basketball is cool because you can like literally follow somebody for their whole career, and it'd
Bruh.
be like a lifetime. Like
Yeah.
shit, LeBron's on 20, Kobe did 20.
21.
Now, yeah,
21.
yeah, he coming back.
Yeah,
That's right. He was at
LeBron's
the
out.
ESPYs.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man, we
Yeah.
all knew that nigga was coming back.
Yeah, for real. He was just mad that he got swept. I'm gonna keep it real. I be too, bro. I be thinking about retiring too. Shit.
Bro was trying to give us an excuse. He was like, yeah, my mind was on retirement, so I wasn't even trying. Nah,
You
nigga,
really have a
no.
love-hate relationship with LeBron James. It's
I love
crazy.
LeBron James, the person. The player, I'm
It's
still
not. It
fight-
has nothing to do.
I love him as a player now, too. It's just, I hate his fans, bro.
That's it.
It's I don't even dislike
Mhm.
LeBron. I feel like he is a GOAT. Not my
Yeah.
GOAT, Kobe the best. I feel like the GOAT conversation is interchangeable with like 10 different niggas, realistically, because even Hakeem Olajuwon is one of my GOATs.
Nah, honestly,
He changed the game.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it real. You think Hakeem is GOAT? Because
I do
every time
think-
we talk this shit, you
Yeah.
always bring up
Because
Hakeem.
I don't get Kobe. I don't get Powell. I don't get a lot of Shaq. I don't get Kristaps. I don't get KD. I don't get all these tall ass great niggas, and I don't get any of these niggas in the league. I don't get Kyrie with the crazy footwork if we don't have Hakeem. And this was a 7-foot nigga that taught us how to move our feet. A 7-foot nigga that had only been playing basketball for probably 5 years. He's just like Joel Embiid is kind of like Hakeem in his skill set and how fast he gained it.
You really stand by this,
Bro.
I've heard him say this
And
in different homes.
You know it.
And
yeah,
Hakeem won 2 rings.
he's making sure that his name is never
Bro,
forgotten.
Hakeem
Putting
won
on.
2
He
rings.
putting on.
Hakeem won 2 rings.
Yeah.
I think one of them was during Ramadan too. Like
Oh shit!
he was fasting, bro, giving niggas triple doubles and quadruple doubles, bro.
Then
Like
going back to pray.
You know what's
Going
crazy
back
is
to pray.
me and my brother. My brother didn't watch Air, so I watched it again with him,
Uh-huh.
and it was
What platform is that on?
It's on Prime.
Amazon.
It's on Amazon Prime.
I think I get it. That's my
And
mom.
but I remember that Dolores Jordan's mom was talking to Sonny Vaccaro on the phone when she was about to tell him we'll take the deal.
Yeah.
She was like, "My son got to get All-Stars, MVPs, DPOY, outperform Hakeem."
Yeah.
And that shit stuck out to me because I thought of this motherfucker right away. Like it's like the fact that she was talking about his like comparison is Hakeem,
And
Yeah.
like that
African
says
nigga.
a shit ton.
Like, bro, the nigga was just great. Like, and he's a nigga that had like 3 different fucking.
Oh.
Hakeem wasn't a cupcake like Embiid.
Facts.
Shit,
Facts.
yeah, that's a fact. But like Hakeem was like nobody. I don't see any big in the league that's better than Hakeem. Not even Shaq. No, you can't tell me that. The nigga couldn't make free throws, and Hakeem beat Shaq. So like Hakeem. Man,
I know.
Y'all niggas don't fucking know, man. Hakeem Olajuwon is the true fucking GOAT, bro. Because there ain't nothing There ain't nothing he can do that you telling me all the other GOATs did that he did not do.
And he's an international player.
International fucking player.
We come full circle.
Nigerian.
Immigrants do it better.
Okay.
Nigga.
Listen,
in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Bro.
Man.
So side note, this has because you talk about the 80s, and then after this topic, we'll get on out of here because we've been
we've
been
just
now we just chopping up. They just really just practically sitting in a room. Somebody as TikTok came up and they said bring steroids back to baseball was way more interesting.
Barry Bonds, I seen that.
But then
Mark McGuire, nigga, that was my nigga.
But then the conversation continued. The guy said, "How about we just create 2 separate leagues for everything, like a steroids league?"
I like this idea.
A steroids league.
I love this idea.
In all sports. So, and
just
then
a bunch of juiced ass motherfuckers.
Nah, we can't do that. There are gonna be too many of the superstars gonna end up either dying from heart attacks or domestic violence cases and shit like that.
So
I think you sprinkle steroids niggas. Like, you get 4 or 5 of them within each conference of every sport. Don't nobody know who really the steroids
Yeah, no,
niggas
you can't
is.
do that with football. Brain damage and
Oh,
steroids?
well, nigga.
Hell no.
What you mean?
Ray Rice slapped his rice. Slapped his
Rice.
Ray Rice.
slapped his wife off a good ass season, bro. Imagine if he was mad.
Nigga,
Like,
he killed that nigga. What do you mean?
I'm telling
Ray
you.
Rice caught a body.
No.
And-
Wait.
Yes.
Ray Rice caught a body.
Ray Rice caught a body, bro. Yes.
That's my point
That's
exactly.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. You
Ray
right.
Lewis
right.
caught a body.
You
I
right.
was about
You
to say,
right.
Ray Rice just.
I got my Ray. It was 2 Ray niggas and they both played for the Ravens, bro.
Justin said there's some idiot trying to make an enhanced Olympics. I'm here for it.
I don't
man.
want to see that shit.
I'm just
Yes, you
saying.
do.
I'm just saying, if there's a Special Olympics where we got to make it inclusive there, let's just like
Go up.
Let's
Let's go up.
superhuman.
Let's go-
Like
it's
one
like-
notch.
it's-
Fuck it,
Flip it up
nigga.
one
Can
notch.
they do cocaine too?
What I yes. What I see.
Imagine cocaine wrestling.
Bro,
Like,
no, you're describing the 80s WWE.
facts.
So that's all
The
I'm like,
attitude era.
bro.
We saw basketball with cocaine in it. Shit was amazing, nigga.
Yeah.
It was niggas fighting damn near every night.
Bruh.
It was the niggas was getting AIDS. That's how good the pussy was, bro.
All right. So I'm gonna thank you guys so much for sitting this entire time with us. I want to especially leave that man. I want to thank you guys for coming out with us on the behalf. Elijah had to go boogie. You know, he's not much of the sports guy. I'm new to the whole sports conversation. We want you guys to make sure you stay. Firstly, thanking our guest here,
Appreciate you having
brother
me.
Jerome.
Appreciate it.
I want you guys to make sure you stay happy, you stay optimistic. What do you tell us the people should say?
Just like basketball is doing, niggas, stay evolving. You feel me?
Stay evolving.
Facts. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. It's a hot
hot.
one. It's hot, especially this room. Anyways, that's all we got for you guys today. I want you to stay happy, stay optimistic. My name is Mohammed.
I'm Ty.
I'm Jerome.
And we out.
Peace.